Hi sisters, my name's Jessalyn Marie and welcome back to my channel. So if you couldn't tell by the title of this video, today I'm going to be testing out the James Charles Morphe palette. I'm super excited to be trying this because I just got this for Christmas and I haven't tested it out yet. And when it first came out, everyone was posting pictures on social media and I didn't have it in my hands to try it out, and now it's finally been Christmas and I finally have it. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. Don't forget you can follow me on Instagram at JessalynMarieB, Twitter at JessalynMarie1, and my Snapchat is Jessalyn1001. So here is the palette. Just to start off, I really like the matte black finish on that. I really am a fan of that. When I open it up, it is literally the most gorgeous palette I've ever seen. You can create any look you want with this palette, and it's so great because when I first really started getting into makeup is when they completely stopped making the Morphe 35B palette, so I was like, how am I ever going to create rainbow looks? And then James came through, and here this is. I'm really excited. I'm going to be doing a rainbow. I have done this look before, but definitely not with as pigmented of shades as he has here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do that. So to start off, I'm going to be going in with the Morphe M224 brush and get some Smashbox eyeshadow primer and just apply that all over my lids. Now I'm using primer just because that's what James recommends to do, so I'm just gonna follow what he recommends because I'm sure since he made the palette he knows what works best with it. I went ahead and applied primer all over my lid. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go in first with the shade called Punch Me, and I'm just going to apply that right here and just to help use that as a transition shade. I'm going in with the Morphe M433 brush. To blend this out, I used a windshield wiper motion. I know James does recommend patting it in to give it more pigment, but I figured since I was using this as a transition shade, I would just blend it out like I do with normal shadows. Alright, so to deepen that up and really give it some dimension, I'm going to dip it into the shade T with the same brush. I'm going to really pack that on there first because that's what he recommends to do. So far, I'm really loving these shadows. They're very pigmented and they're very easy to blend out. I was a little worried because I know he was talking about how pigmented, and since they're pressed eyeshadows, I was like, oh, they're going to be different than what I'm used to, but they're really not that much more different and they're really easy to get used to. So I'm going to dip back into the shade Punch Me with the other side of the brush, really to help transition this out since I deepened it up just to kind of clean it up. Alright, and lastly, to really help define this, I'm going to dip into the shade Benny with an M456 brush. I'm going to apply that right here to just kind of try and concentrate this right here to help with definition. I don't want to use black because that's too dramatic, but I wanted to use a dark color. Then I'm going to take a Morphe M433 brush to blend that out. So now that this is really turning out how I want it to, I'm going to go ahead and get to the fun part. So I'm going to dip in with this shade. It's like a dark purple and it's called Escape with a Morphe 456 brush. I'm going to apply this right here to really help because I'm going to do the rainbow in the lower lash line, So applying some purple right up here will really help blend them together. Okay, so right now it kind of looks like a black eye, but I promise you it will get better. So to define that, I'm going to dip in with the shade Spooky with the same M456 brush that I used before because I'm on a budget. And I'm going to apply that right here in the crease. I'm going to be really careful not to apply too much. Now with an M456 brush, I'm going to blend that out. So next, to start blending out the bottom lash line, I'm going to dip into this really pretty shade called Cola, this blue one right here, with the same M456 brush. With that, and just apply it right here. Next, I'm going to dip into this dark green shade called Daddy and apply that right next to the blue. Now with the new M456 brush, I'm going to dip into this really pretty yellow shade called B. And I'm going to blend that right in here. Next, I'm going to take the same M456 brush and dip into the shade 518. I'm going to apply that right on the inner corner of my eye. Finally, to finish up this look, I'm going to go ahead and dip into the shade You're Kidding. I'm really excited to try this out because James keeps talking about it and is talking about how pigmented it is. This is going to be my actual first reaction to it. Okay, on the brush, it is super pigmented. So I'm going to put this right here. You're kidding. It's really pretty. It is super red, and I'm super happy that it turned out how he said it was. So the red kind of overpowered the orange just a little bit. So I dipped into the shade Rusted in 518 as well to put that into the inner corner and help blend out. When you do anything with this James Charles palette, you will turn out doing a very, very colorful look because when you're just like looking at all the colors and thinking of all the possibilities of things you can do, that's just what you gotta do. So here I am now with this really pretty colorful look, and I'm gonna go ahead and dip in with my M456 brush and back into the shade Spooky to apply to my lower lash line to really help buff out and give definition to the colors on my lower lash line. So the yellow kind of disappeared a little bit right here. So to kind of help bring out the yellow more, I'm going to apply some NYX Vivid Brights yellow eyeliner. Okay, so I really cleaned it up off camera, and I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye, and I'll be back. Alright, so I finished the other side, and I added some yellow eyeliner in my waterline and put on some mascara. To finish off, I'm going to be using my Kylie lipstick in the shade Butterscotch. It's a cream lipstick, and it'll really look pretty with this look, because if I'm doing a bright color on my lids, I don't want to do a bright red lipstick or something. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed watching this video.